Listen up. Too many of you get confused by kore and sore, especially when you're reading. Your current understanding is a critical weakness. We're going to fix that right now. All right, let's start with the absolute basics. The first thing you ever learned. If I'm holding a pen right here in my hand, I say, "This is my pen. これは私のペンです." And if you're holding a pen over there, I refer to it as that pen. それはあなたのペンです. This is the simple rule of physical distance. Simple enough, right?
Okay, that right there, that was kindergarten level. And if you think that's all there is to it, you are walking straight into a trap.
Relying only on that basic rule isn't just a mistake, it's dangerous. It builds a foundation of false confidence that is guaranteed to crumble. Mark my words, you cling to that simple distance rule, and when you hit the N2 level, your comprehension is going to completely explode. It's an absolute certainty. All right, let's move into the first combat zone where this weakness gets exposed. Everyday conversation.
Now, pay attention to this exchange. Person A says, "The test is tomorrow." And person B replies, "Sore? That's bad, isn't it?"
And this is where your brain short circuits. You're thinking, wait a minute, there's no object, there's no physical distance, why are they using sore? Because in a conversation, it is not about distance, it is about the ball. The person speaking just threw you a piece of information. You're referring to their information, their ball. So you use sore. I want you to think of it like a game of catch. The statement that you introduce into the conversation, that's your ball, that's kore. The statement the other person just made, that's their ball, and when you refer to it, you use sore. It's all about whose information is in play. So if you're still mentally trying to measure the meters between two speakers, you're just swinging at air. You are completely missing the point of the game. Now for the second area where so many of you fail, reading comprehension. And in this context, I want you to think of sore as the collector. Take a look at this sentence. Japanese has many particles. Sore is difficult. So what is sore referring to here? Now, if your gut reaction is to point at the last word, particles, you've already made a mistake. In reading, trying to find a single word for sore to latch onto is the wrong strategy entirely. Sore here refers to the entire previous statement, the whole idea, the fact that Japanese has many particles. It collects that entire concept so the author can then comment on it. Now, in contrast, kore has a much more dynamic, much more powerful role in a text. Kore is the spotlight. Now look at this very similar sentence. Japanese has many particles. Kore is the biggest problem. See? One word changes, but the whole emphasis, the whole meaning shifts dramatically. Using kore is the author grabbing you by the shirt and screaming, "Look right here! This concept I'm bringing up is the most important thing on the page. Pay attention now." It shines a massive spotlight on one specific idea. So you have to see the difference in their roles. Sore is the organizer. It just neatly bundles up what was said before. But kore is the protagonist. It steps into the spotlight and demands your full attention. And now for the advanced application, the one that completely shatters your kindergarten rules about distance. This is the forward-pointing koregasi. Read this sentence very carefully. The problem is, kore, that Japanese language education is centered on exams. Confused? You're probably thinking, wait, the thing it's pointing to hasn't even been said yet. Exactly. Kore doesn't just point backward. Kore is the card the author is slapping on the table right now. It can mean this thing I just said, or it can mean this thing I am about to say. It points to whatever is currently in focus. All right, let's put all these pieces together. This is the new doctrine. This is how you will operate from now on. Physical distance? Forget it. That's just the entry gate, and you are far beyond that now. In a conversation, it's about who owns the ball. Whose statement are we talking about? In reading, it's about function. Is it organizing a past thought, or is it shining a spotlight on the main idea? Kore and sore are the traffic controllers of the language. So, the next time you get lost between kore and sore, you will stop looking for objects and distance. That is a low-level tactic. Instead, you will look at the structure of the conversation or the text. That is all.